Hello everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand, medical doctor. Welcome to another video. I want to share with you in this video a rather shocking article to me which was published suggesting that everybody, yes everybody above a certain age should be prescribed a statin medication. This was in the United Kingdom, but I'm sure there are many experts, so-called experts, of course they're called experts, in the United States who suggest the same thing for the US population. And I've talked many times before about my own reservations regarding statins and their true benefits, and in fact very soon I'm going to be putting out a video about what I would do if I was diagnosed with high cholesterol, so keep a watch out for that. But let me share this particular article. So here we go. National Health Service of the United Kingdom should give statins to all people over 50 to reduce heart attacks and strokes by thousands, scientists say. So I had to do a double take there. Yes, they actually said everybody. So clearly these particular scientists look at statins as a miracle drug. Let's read on. Thousands of heart attacks and strokes could be prevented by offering people over 50 a daily pill, experts say. Currently, the NHS provides a health check for those in this age group every 5 years, but this system could now be replaced. So what exactly do they want? A single polypill has been found to slash the number of heart attacks and strokes in older people by as much as a third, according to a study published in the British Medical Journal. The tablet contains a statin and a combination of 3 blood pressure lowering drugs. Oh my goodness, they just said that. 3 blood pressure lowering drugs in one pill. And those of you who have followed me for a long time know that I've talked extensively about the risks of over-treating blood pressure, especially in an older population. Researchers said the pill could replace the NHS's 5-yearly health assessment for adults between 40 and 74 to assess their cholesterol and heart health. If implemented, this could be a major policy initiative for the Labour government, which intends to push the NHS towards preventative medicine. So you got that in the United Kingdom, which has a really struggling health service and is failing so many people every day. They want to replace a health check, which presumably is a doctor-patient interaction, with a polypill, and they think that this is preventive medicine. There's a professor here who says the status quo is not a justifiable option. The existing preventative measure tests the over 40s for high cholesterol and blood pressure, as well as signs of heart disease, and prescribes preventative drugs as needed. He's saying now is the time to do much better on prevention. A population-wide approach could prevent many more heart attacks and strokes than the current strategy. Well, my goodness me, what a thing to say. They are convinced that this polypill, and they seem to be very obsessed with the statin in the polypill, is the answer to the ailments of a large number of people in the United Kingdom. Then they talk about the results of a randomized control trial which reveal that when older adults took a polypill for 5 years, their risk of major cardiovascular events was reduced by about a third. Well, I would have so much to say about that. I don't know where to start, because true prevention is about addressing root causes. Let's get to the fundamentals of the terrible food environment in the UK. Not as bad yet as the United States, but it's approaching the same dismal level of an environment of ultra-processed foods which are absolutely terrible for the body, promote inflammation, promote insulin resistance, and that is why so many Brits have poor metabolic markers. What about a campaign to get people to exercise more? What about a campaign to deal with other root cause issues like the stress of modern day living, the fact that people are walking around with elevated adrenaline and cortisol levels and they're not sleeping enough? What about a campaign to educate people about the benefits, the enormous benefits of natural compounds for reducing inflammation? Whether we're talking about vitamin C, whether we're talking about blueberries, whether we're talking about turmeric, there's so many natural compounds out there that can really help people, and they are all backed up with research. And I'm not saying that any of these compounds will lower cholesterol levels necessarily, but it's all about educating people that there are many natural things around them that can really help their body with inflammation and all of the processes involved in insulin resistance and then subsequent development of high cholesterol. So let's go to the end of the study. They talk about in the UK how many millions of people are living with cardiovascular disease, and around 100,000 people have a heart attack, and more than 100,000 people have a stroke every year. So this is a trick that I always advise anybody to do, and I know it's difficult. Most people are not going to do this, but whenever I see an article like this, I think immediately conflicts of interest. And it's even worse in the United States than the United Kingdom. So let's go back to the beginning of the article where it says a study published in the British Medical Journal. Let's actually look at that link and let's see what comes up in the British Medical Journal. So here it goes. They talk about primary prevention of heart attacks and strokes. Not a word about diet, exercise, and everything else, but they are obsessed with this polypill approach. And you scroll down to the bottom and here we go. This person, this entity is a director of Polypill Limited, which provides an online polypill service for the primary prevention of heart attacks and strokes. Well, there you have it right there. And this is why everybody needs to be so careful with what they read. Always do your own research and think to yourself, what's really going on? Do the people who are feeding you information truly have your health and well-being at heart, or are they simply part of modern mainstream culture and leading to our current ridiculous situation where every single year more and more people keep taking more prescription drugs and more people keep getting sicker? It is a broken paradigm. And I certainly don't think the answer to the problems in the United Kingdom or any other Western country are to get more people on prescriptions. Thanks everyone for watching. Dr. Suneel Dhand. Do leave a comment down below. And for anyone in the United Kingdom or Europe, I'm pleased to be able to say that my own uniquely formulated natural anti-inflammation immune support supplement is also available locally. We were getting some feedback that it was taking a long time to ship from the United States. So you can check that out down below. And of course, for anyone in the United States, North America, that link is down below as well. But I always say, no matter what you're being presented with, do your own research, make sure anything is right for you. And I want you to always take a step back and think to yourself, the people or entities who are presenting information to you, do they have your true health and well-being at heart, or is something else going on? Thanks everyone again. Hit the like button if you like this video, the subscribe button for more similar videos in the future, and do share this video with anyone else who may benefit. Take care everyone, and we will speak again in the next video.